It's that time again to jump into the changes in the Oshawa and Clarington real estate market. If you'd like to see a breakdown talking about Durham region in general, along with some homebuyer and seller advice, that video is already up on my channel, so feel free to check it out. In this video, I'll dive into the changes and trends that have stuck out to me so far, and I'll give you my thoughts about our market and how it may play out along the way. My name is Jessie McLellan, and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario with the Lisa Abbott team. I do my best to give you an unbiased and unfiltered perspective into our real estate market, so if you'd like to stay up to date on everything happening, especially in Durham region, then please subscribe to the channel. You can also use the link in the description where I have free resources available like buyer and seller guides. There's also a link to book a call directly with me if you have any questions or think I might be a good fit to help you buy or sell a home here. We'll start off with the average price. The average price of all home types in Oshawa was $789,000 in January, which is an 8.5% increase from the $727,000 during the month of December. Clarington didn't see quite the fluctuation and only increased 3.5%, bringing the average price there from $806,000 to $834,000. Next, we'll look at the number of transactions. Oshawa had 167 sales in January, a 13.6% increase month over month, and Clarington had 82 sales, which was a 26% increase month over month. And for new listings, Oshawa had 218 homes come onto the market, and Clarington had 158 new listings during the month of January. Now, at the end of last year, we went from over 1,700 new listings in October to just 468 in December for all of Durham region. So we really needed to see new listings increase during January, and they did. Overall, we'd like to see a little more coming back onto the market, but right now we're partway through February, and I believe when February's numbers are reported and I'm doing the next market update videos, I think we'll see a good bump in the number of new listings. I was not expecting Clarington to jump 68 to 158 though. I thought it was an error when I was first pulling these stats. Because of Clarington's larger than normal spike to inventory, it helped give Clarington a small increase to active listings, while the other areas in Durham region like Oshawa would be Ajax and Pickering all saw the active listings number drop month over month. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, I still personally believe that Clarington offers Durham region homebuyers some of the best value for their dollar, and you can find everything from large rural properties to cute starter homes in great neighborhoods. Unfortunately, most of the time the kicker for most people is the extra travel time if they travel west towards Toronto for work. But honestly, if you're coming home during rush hour from Toronto, getting to central Bowmanville or Curtis is about the same travel time as getting off the 401 and heading to North Oshawa somewhere off Taunton Road. So the commute isn't always as bad as it may seem, especially when traffic is involved, because Oshawa's roads can get packed in rush hour. Trust me, I know. That's just something to consider if you are thinking about looking in these areas. Days on market is up considerably in every area. I mentioned this in my full Durham region video, but I'll throw it in here quickly as well. Days on market increasing at this time of year isn't unheard of, but it's odd to see it happen to this degree and when inventory levels are low and we've seen an uptick in buyer activity and competition on many listings. So my theory is that when the market picks up and buyers start encountering multiple offers more often, many of them tend to pivot to plan B, which usually involves circling back to a home that they saw 2 months ago that's still for sale or looking at homes that have been on MLS for longer in general, as they tend to have way less competition compared to new listings. As for our inventory levels, our months of inventory is very low. A seller activity decreased a lot more than buyer activity, and that ate up some of our active inventory. Now we should see this inventory starting to slowly come back to the market during February and especially March, so our months of inventory will likely start to slowly trend back up to the more balanced levels from here, hopefully. It's hard to tell what to expect from the spring market right now because there's a lot of unknowns. We saw a ton of inventory over the last couple of months that has been pulled off the market, likely because the sellers weren't seeing the activity that they had hoped for, and it's speculated that we'll see much of that inventory return at some point in the spring for the spring market. So a sudden influx of inventory could have a big impact, but there's still so much buyer activity and demand, and what also has a big impact is what mortgage rates are being offered, and all through 2023 and now into 2024, it's been a roller coaster ride. In December, it was expected by many that the Bank of Canada would be doing multiple rate cuts in 2024, possibly as early as the spring. I always thought that was way too early, and I heard the same story last year, and we saw how that played out. But regardless, the market was pricing in those cuts, and we saw fixed rates come down, and some even starting with a 4. But now there's less certainty on when or if we get those rate cuts, and bond yields are creeping back up, which means fixed mortgage rates will likely follow. So how the spring market plays out is really unknown right now, but there are always things that you can do as buyers and sellers to try to set yourself up for success. If you'd like to speak with me about buying or selling a property here, or just to get your questions answered, you can use the link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please click that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!